All right, welcome back to Bayou Time. I'm Martin Falls. We're talking with Parish President Michel Claudet, and we're talking about different things in the parish. We do have some phone callers. We'll get to you in a few short seconds, 879-1231. But I want to ask the Parish President, obviously, it's hurricane season, and a lot of things have been done, and what do we need to tell the people at this point?
Well, a number of things. First off, if you're going to evacuate on one of our buses, then it's going to be out of H.L. Bourgeois. Secondly, we know where we're going. We're going to Monroe. And not only will we have a place for the people that we're going to evacuate on buses, but if residents want to go up there, we'll have some facilities that they could also end up staying in Monroe. In addition to that, if it's a Cat 1 or 2, we're going to have shelters. And just remember, the first 72 hours are on you. And the other thing that I want to just tell everybody, if there was an evacuation, then we have a calling system that'll call home phones to tell people, look, you have to go, that you need to evacuate. But if somebody does not have a home phone and all you have is a cell phone, you need to register your cell phone and go to our website, www.tpcg.org. In addition to that, we have an 800 number that you'll be able to get all the time if you do leave the parish, and it's a hotline, and it's 1-888-356-4737. And this time, we can be assured that there'll be updates on www.tpcg.org for latest information from the parish.
What's
or,
that
of course,
phone number again,
from
Michel?
or from HTV. 888-356-4737. And Martin, y'all stream and everything on that, so people will be able to watch HTV no matter where they go.
Yeah, we just updated our website, so it's should be new and advanced with all the young thinkers.
Those are some major things that we ended up where we wanted to tell people. We could go on for hours with all the different nuances and other things, but you know, that's the kind of the nuts and bolts.
Okay, let's take another phone call. HTV, welcome to the program. What's your question, please?
Hello?
Hello, you're on. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I was calling about Hollywood Road. Here a while back, I had a friend of mine that got killed on there. And I was wondering if they was going to cement the side of the shoulders on Hollywood Road.
Where at on Hollywood?
My friend got killed right there towards the end, towards about 311 here a while back, if you remember.
Okay, well, let me explain to you two things that are going to happen. First off, between MLK and 311, we have a project that's going much slower than I anticipated. We both started acquiring rights-of-ways. The state started acquiring rights-of-ways on Grand Caillou Road in order to do their widening. And from what I understand, they're ready to go. The reason that it's not going out for bid now and it's going to be delayed until next year is they didn't want Grand Caillou Road and Prospect Street down both at the same time. When you can imagine there would be a lot of frustration in that area. We ended up where we had an environmental that was not needed to be updated, and then we had surveyors and engineers who were not from our area and were being run by the state. We had problems getting the correct plats. We gave us surveys. We had to get them resurveyed, and we have not completed that task. And truly, that's a main goal to get that accomplished. And just to let you know, this is, without question, the most right-of-ways that has ever been done on any road project in Terrebonne Parish for a project such as this. They may have done some other ones, but a project such as this was, without question, the most right-of-ways they've had. So we're going to enlarge that. I would have liked to have told you that it was going into construction right now, but once we accumulate the rest of the right-of-ways, which will probably take most of the rest of this year, we have to do some utility relocation, which you've already started to do the planning on, and then it goes out for bid.
All right, sir. Answer your question?
Yeah.
All right, we appreciate the call tonight. Thank you. We're sorry about your friend.
All right, man.
Okay, HTV, welcome to the program tonight. Your question for the parish president, please. Hello.
Hello, Martin.
Yeah, you're on. Go ahead, please.
No.
Yeah, you're on.
Talk to me, Martin.
Yeah, Mr. Wentz, go ahead.
I don't hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm talking.
All right, look, I'm going to say something, then I'm going to hang up. Look, I want to tell y'all doing a great job, especially Michel, Claudet. He's doing a real great job there around Homer. I've been through Homer during the weekend. I see he's doing a great job around there. People will be mighty proud of the job the man doing. And I think Michel's mighty proud of the job you're doing too, Martin, helping them out on your TV station. And by the way, I'd like to know Jimmy Gates doing okay.
Yeah, Jimmy's doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jimmy's doing real good, and he's home resting, and I'm sure he's watching tonight. But Jimmy's doing pretty good, so that's good news for everybody, and certainly we wish him well. All right, thank you for the call. HTV, welcome to Bayou Time. Your question for the parish president, please.
Hey, Martin, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Michelle, they put that new red light in on, I guess that Westgate extension, Westside Boulevard extension, new road that's coming through that goes through Enterprise and all. In the morning time, the traffic really builds up there along, like the southbound red light needs to be longer. I was wondering if you could comment maybe on that.
Well, let me tell you what I can do. That's a state highway. That light is governed by the state. What I will do is I'll tell them that in fact it needs to be green more on the Terrebonne Homer side as opposed to the Equity Boulevard side on that port. So I can email the state and I will make that request.
Okay, does that answer your question? Or I
Yes,
guess
sir.
more. Okay, thank you so much.
you.
It was almost like the guy was having coffee. You know, he just real laid back asking the question. I sort of like when we get calls like that. HTV, welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Hey there, Martin.
How you doing tonight?
All right. I want to see what he's going to do about Peachy Bayou over there by Bagger's Patella Shop.
About baggies?
Yeah,
Propelling. Now, what's the question?
that Bayou there. What he's going to do? Put
Okay.
culverts back there or what?
We don't have any plans in place to put culverts in that you call it a bayou. I thought it was a drainage ditch.
Well, it's getting to be a Bayou.
Okay. But we don't have any current plans for that.
Are y'all planning on getting some plans? Because we need something done with our property over here. We losing 2 foot of dirt. I like Martin to come out here and get some pictures and take it and show you on TV all the land we losing.
Yeah, what's happening? I mean, how?
House cracking the walls.
Yeah, let me ask you,
Brick
how much
walls.
how much have you lost over the years? Would you think?
Oh, the last year we lost 2 foot in
Yeah.
1 year.
Okay, well, I'll certainly give me the exact location again.
It's right across from Vivian Street, right outside of Bagger's Propeller Shop.
Okay, Vivian Street.
The ditch right there. And you walk across from Bagger's, you're going to see my neighbor's brick house. You go look on the side of the house where it's cracking.
Okay, I'm gonna check it
That's
out for
great.
you. Okay.
The walls inside are cracking.
All right. I appreciate the call. Thank
And the
you.
Fence, my fence is falling down. Can't even cut the grass in the back no more.
Now, you don't think? Let me ask you this, because a lot of people have been calling, but you know we have a drought too. Has the drought affected it any also?
No, this been going like this for a couple of years. I've been trying to get them to do something, and I've been calling in, and nothing's happening. The parish councilman said they had something in the plans, and Claudet said they don't.
Okay. Well, we'll look into it for sure, and I appreciate your call. All right.
All right, Martin, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Let's talk more about. I want to explain more to the public. A lot of people ask me every time they see me, the levees seems to be the big thing. Sort of intermingle the levee work and bring us all around the parish and tell us what has been done and what's the reinforcement, because hurricane season is here. Sort of give them a little better idea of what's been done with the whole plan.
Okay, if you start from Pointe-aux-Chenes, we end up where basically where the levee failure was on the 4-1 levee. We have repaired that, and not only have we repaired it, we've elevated that in conjunction. In fact, we put up money, the levee district put up some money, and that's up to a 9 or 10 foot elevation on the 4-1 levee, which connects to the Montague levees, and the Montague levees are all 9 to 10 feet.
And what was that, about an 8 before? If that
4-1
much?
was an 8, if that much.
Okay.
Now, in front of that, we transferred some CDBG funds to the levee district so that they could assist in the elevation of what's called J2D, which is a Morganza project, which would stop the surge before it hits the 4-1 levee. So that's in that area. If you go down in Montague and you continue on down, all of the levees are 9 to 10 feet until they get to the levee district levees, and then they're basically 10 feet after that. Right. And so they've done a lot of work, particularly the levee district has done a substantial amount of work, and they're working on the floodgates the barge gates at Bush Canal, and right now they're doing work, or at least they're going to begin work on other areas. Now, let me just, while I'm thinking, on the Little Caillou side, the Ward 7 side, what's happened is we're going up on that. They were lower than 8 feet in many spots. After the storm, we brought them all up to 8 feet, and they're all engineered levees that are substantial, but they're not hurricane levees. In addition to that, we have CDBG funds which will raise them to 10 feet. And in addition to that, the Ward 7 levees will come from Boudreaux Canal. It'll go all the way up past St. Louis Canal, right where the BP pipeline facility is, and it'll go up further, and it's going to connect to the Thompson Road extension, which is at a level of 8 feet. If you go across, that'll connect to Highway 57. There we can have a stub out from Thompson Road extension that's going to connect to the Ashland North levee, which is also a Shaw project, and they're going to raise Ashland North to an 8-foot levee at that stage.
If you get most of the levees to 10 feet eventually, the highest surge we've ever had was, what, 9.8, somewhere around there?
It was right around in that area.
Yeah, so I mean, if we get them to 10, we feel pretty good, don't we?
Mm-hmm. I think we're in much better shape. Now, I want to also indicate we have over 100 acres of marsh creation. We've just recently done in Lake Boudreaux. Okay. It's presently being done, and there's levee projects to go all the way down and connect with the work that was done from Orange Street to Suzie Canal, and they have funds in place to bring that all up to 8 feet. The levee that's the furthest progressed is the one on the eastern side of Dularge, on the eastern part of the Dularge Road, and that would go from basically Moormine Canal down to Falgout Canal, and that would be at a level of 8 feet, and that would protect predominantly from the surge from the Houma Navigation Canal. In addition to that, we just transferred a substantial amount of funds. In fact, it's like about $15 million, I believe, from Dularge, and that was one thing with the levee district, that they thought that it would be better to put it on Reach E, which is going to be parallel to the Falgout Canal Road in Dularge, and then that'll connect to what's called Reach F, which is going to be the levee that connects to the Houma Navigation locks and goes down right around to the Mayfield levee areas, and that's basically where most of the work's gone. So you'll see a substantial amount of protection going around from Montague all the way down to the tank batteries in Cocodrie, and then on the side of Dularge, you have levees that'll cross from parallel to Falgout Canal Road, and then it's going to go down to around Mayfield, and basically you're going to have levees that'll be there. There's a middle part that's not been done. Levee district's looking for funding on that, and of course we're going to try to have barriers on the insides of Lake Boudreaux, so that, or the outsides of Lake Boudreaux, to protect people in that corridor.
The Bubba Dove locks, where are we with that? How's that progressing?
The levee district's handling that.
I know it's another thing, just to give.
They have granted the bids. They've signed off on them, and they're working really hard to get this accomplished. Not only the Bubba Dove lock, they've also signed the agreement for the Grand Caillou lock. That's going to be, if you look where the ship channel is, there's going to be the Bubba Dove lock lower south of it, and then Grand Caillou Road is going to, Grand Caillou Bayou is going to go to the north, and they're going to have a substantial lock or gate or barge that'll be there, and that'll all be things that'll be major.
Final question with Bayou Shane, which is the lock systems and the barges in Terrebonne Parish. Would you do the same thing if you have to for hurricane season? Would you try to, I know it's a lot bigger process, but now that you know it works, is that something that you could use in your arsenal if you have to?
That's something, but please also understand the majority of our flooding comes from the Houma Navigation Canal. What happened for Ike, generally we have a flow from right where the Intracoastal meets the Houma Nav. It's usually 5,000 CFS going out. For Hurricane Ike, it was 55,000 CFS coming in. And that's what raised our water elevations all around the city of Houma, and it filtered out onto the Intracoastal all the way towards Bayou Black and other areas. But it's the Houma Nav that's where the water was coming in. For the Atchafalaya, there's a flow going out, and so there's not as much water coming in from the Atchafalaya along Bayou Shane, even though it certainly, with the wind, I'm certain it backs it up also.
So two different animals, really.
It's two different animals, and look, Martin, I'm not an engineer. I just know, from the Hurricane Ike, we know that the major part of our flooding came from the Houma Nav, and we're thankful that barge structure in the Houma Nav, I'm certain will be complete within the next couple, 3 years.
That'll be good news, won't it?
Be good news for me in particular.
All right. What we'll do, we'll let you wrap things up, Michel. What are some of the things that people can be looking for maybe in the future? What are some of the things on the burner? And leave the people with your own thoughts tonight. Where do we go?
Well, first off, I want to thank everybody for the work that they did, and that Houma Navigation lock, not lock, but barge structure, that's going to be a benefit for everyone. And, our hats off to the levee district for taking the lead on that major thing. I want to also thank Bill Hidalgo for the St. Mary levee district for doing that barge structure in Bayou Shane. It was major. I would like to say this. We have many, many projects that are working, and oftentimes we need servitudes, we need rights-of-ways. It's always difficult for people when it involves their property to give up certain things in order for our project to go through. And each and every time, and particularly Martin, like in your situation, we thank everyone, and particularly you, for the cooperation we've gotten in these areas. But the thing I'd like to leave everybody with is, in this parish, we saw just recently how it is when everybody works together. And people oftentimes think government is the one who solves all of the problems, and government shouldn't solve all of the problems. Our people need to pitch in and work together to help us solve those problems. And when they do, like we just recently had, it makes everything so much better. And so if we can all work together to try to move Terrebonne Parish forward, it's really something wonderful. And it doesn't have to be where you're building a levee. It can be not throwing trash out the car. It can go ahead and be just picking up and not putting stuff down storm drains, or doing whatever things, or, volunteering for a recreation as a coach, or maybe being on a board. Whatever you can do to make our community better, we're most appreciative for.
I said final question, but real quick, pump stations, batteries checked, everything. I know that's a big thing on your list.
Oh, yes. In fact, what I'm going to do is we're going to have Greg Bush put a thing where he's going to put something together, not as good as HTV, but we'll probably use our TPTV thing, right, where he'll go ahead and put slides and other things. We're expecting to do that, and we're going to show it on our TPTV,
right,
so that the people understand that we've at least checked them. Now, that doesn't assure everything, because right before we had problems with Lashbrook last time, everything had been checked, but little did we know that we were going to have the forces that we did,
right,
at that particular time. So, Hans? answer is they've all been checked, and we're
Doesn't mean
checking.
they'll work after. It just means they're working when the storm hits. So that's a good start. All right, we appreciate it, Michelle, once again, and thank you so much. And once again, we're glad we didn't have to deal with a riverine flood. So, but it was a good practice run. Next time it comes around, we hope it's not in a long time. We know what to do anyway. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All
I
right, once
appreciate
again,
it,
Michel Claudet, Parish President of Terrebonne Parish. We're going to take a break. When we come back, one of the more profound doctors in the world, especially with these conventions that happen in New Orleans, is right here from Houma. Dr. Craig Walker on the set. He's going to bring us a little more behind the scenes and tell us what it takes to do a worldwide convention. It's all next. Don't go away.